Spreading happiness, the most beautiful charity. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young man named Ethan. He came from an ordinary family, but his heart was filled with passion and kindness. Ethan always wanted to help others, but his resources were limited. Still, there was one thing he knew well: the most beautiful charity was spreading happiness to others. Ethan had always maintained good relationships with his fellow villagers and friends, and he genuinely wanted to see them happy. One day, as he was walking through the village, his eyes landed on an elderly woman. She was working in a small garden, living in the outskirts of the village. The woman's name was Charlotte. She was one of the most respected people in the village, known for helping raise and educate orphan children. However, recently, Charlotte had been looking rather melancholic. Her face wore a constant expression of sadness, and her eyes seemed to reflect a loss of hope. Ethan, noticing this, became concerned. One day, Ethan approached Charlotte and asked if he could help. "Is there anything I can do for you?" he asked. Charlotte replied with a warm but tired smile, "Nothing much, Ethan. I know how to take care of things, but sometimes, it's hard to fill an inner emptiness." Her words left Ethan deep in thought. He realized that, while he couldn't offer financial assistance, he could still do something meaningful. And then, an idea came to him: he would organize a small celebration to bring joy to Charlotte and the children she cared for. The very next morning, Ethan began talking to the children in the village and other members of the community. He asked for their help in organizing a surprise celebration for Charlotte. He also reached out to kind-hearted people in the village, gathering support. With everyone's contributions, they decorated Charlotte's home, prepared games, and set everything up for a joyful event. When the day of the celebration arrived, Charlotte was sitting in her little home when she saw a group of people gathered at her door. The surprise was so unexpected that she could hardly believe it. Ethan, along with the children and the villagers, had planned a celebration that Charlotte could never have imagined. The small village community had come together to spread love and happiness. During the celebration, the children sang songs, danced, and shared stories. It was a day full of laughter, love, and warmth. Charlotte, overcome with emotion, had tears in her eyes. But these weren't tears of sadness, they were tears of pure gratitude and joy. "I have never been this happy," she said, wiping her eyes. "You haven't just helped me, you've reminded me that happiness exists in the small things, in the kindness and love we share with one another." After the celebration, Charlotte gathered the children together and shared an important lesson with them. "You see," she began, "happiness is the most beautiful form of charity. It's not just about what you give, but the joy you bring to others." The celebration had transformed not just Charlotte's life, but the entire village. The villagers learned that happiness isn't found only in material wealth but in simple, heartfelt acts of kindness. Everyone who took part in the celebration left with a renewed sense of purpose and understanding. Weeks later, Charlotte and the children noticed a change in their lives. They realized that happiness wasn't something to be sought externally, but something to be shared with others. Charlotte continued to pass on her love and wisdom, and her joy became an inspiration to the entire village. As for Ethan, he learned that the most beautiful charity wasn't about giving material things, but about spreading happiness and love. He knew that sometimes, the simplest acts of kindness can make the biggest difference. Once again, Ethan confirmed what he had always believed: spreading happiness is the most beautiful charity.